Okay, hello, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley, and in today's class, I'm sorry I lied to everyone. I'm not giving away free beer in the class. I lied. My Verbling description announced free beer. I'm not giving away free beer, but we are going to talk about beer and associated vocabulary. Surprisingly, quite a lot of vocabulary has to do with beer and purchasing beer and making beer and drinking beer. Not just a few types, but there's a lot of language, verbs and adjectives, nouns, and idioms, and all kinds of stuff we're going to be looking at today. So anyway, I used when I announced the class in Verbling, I used the free beer advertising. This is very common in American culture. You'll see stores or bars that have a sign that says big letters, free beer, and then very small letters, tomorrow. Anyway, welcome to the class. Anna, hello. How are you?
Hello, good morning. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Doing all right. Uh, pardon me. Mustafa, hello. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as well, teacher. How are you?
I'm still okay. Still hanging in there.
Did you have your lunch?
Yeah, much earlier. I did. It's getting
Nice.
closer to
Cool.
dinner time now.
What did you have?
What did I have? My wife fried up some fish yesterday, I guess. And anyway, there was some left over, so I had a cold fried fish sandwich with
Cool.
capers. I made some caper relish and shredded lettuce. It was good, actually.
Nice, nice.
Nice. Yeah. So it was okay. Okay. A whole bunch of folks have joined us. So hello, Irene.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, Paul. Hi, Paul. Welcome.
Hello. Yeah, nice to see you.
Hello. Hi.
Good.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Xingyu is back. Hello, Xingyu. Welcome to the class. Hi. You're still battling your connection. You're kind of robotic there. You're a little bit robotic. Yeah. Anyway, just Xingyu, you sound like a musical instrument. Actually, it's like wing dong, ding ding dong. It's not really your voice. It's actually just making noises. Yeah. No, you sound like I'm telling you, you sound like a synthesizer. Very interesting. Sounds like you're playing a keyboard. This is really weird. Good luck, Xingyo. Try to fix that. We'll come back to you. We won't forget about you. Vincenzo, good morning? Good morning.
Good morning, teacher. No? Good morning to
Well,
you.
you might want to give me a good afternoon or buenos tardes or
Good
something.
afternoon.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'm having a good afternoon. I hope you have a good afternoon as well. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, members of the Verbling class. Okay, we are going to learn some beer vocabulary. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, first thing I'm going to do is do a little screen share here with you guys, and we're going to look at, you guys are going to take turns reading a dialogue. We got a little dialogue going on here. Two guys having a conversation in a pub, a bar, a pub, generally a British name for a bar, often a place that you can have a beer. Peter and Juan are talking about beer, and they're going to sit down and have a beer together. So we're going to read their conversation, take turns, and as we go along, you guys are going to try to guess the meaning of the words or phrases that are going to be popping up, which are in bold. And then we're going to take a big quiz afterwards. A lot of different words that have something to do with beer. And I will also, as you guys are doing the questions, I'll be conversing with you a little bit about beer. Okay? That's what we're doing. So, Anna, can you get us started?
Yes. Peter, I thought that I'd bring you to good part whilst we were here in England. This is good because it has a lot of national and international beers. So, what would you like?
Great.
Yes,
Okay.
I can continue, or
No, I'll give somebody else a chance, but I am going to ask you a couple questions. Have you ever been to a pub before, an English pub, Anna?
no, in English pub, no, but in Spain, in my city, Seville, yes. Sometimes, but it was a long time ago.
Okay. There are English pubs like everywhere. You travel around, you go to different countries. You can almost always, if it's a big city, you can find an English pub somewhere. Very common in my travels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember. I've been in any pub, in any English pub.
Yeah, you would remember.
No.
You would remember if you had been. Okay. Other English related, not beer related, but Anna, have you ever seen this crazy word whilst?
No, I don't know.
Well, Americans never use this, but occasionally British people will, and it's basically it means while. Just that's it. While we are here in England, it's just an alternative for while. Yeah. Zinio, you're exactly correct. One of the things about an English pub is the food, pub grub. There is kind of specific types of food you often find in a pub. It has its own it's basically its own category of food sometimes, and commonly, kind of as a nickname, call it pub grub. Grub is a slang word for food. Anyway, pub grub is a lot of fried stuff, like fish and chips and fried onion rings and things like that. Fried stuff is good with beer, for example. Salty stuff, salty food, also good with beer. Makes you thirsty, of course. Okay, let's continue. Mustafa from Juan here.
Okay. One, there are so many to choose from. What's the brown beer they are drinking at the bar?
Okay. Do they even sell beer in Iraq? Is beer legal?
Can you repeat your question, teacher?
Is
No,
beer?
it's not legal.
It's not legal. Okay. So there's nowhere you could get a beer, like in a hotel or something.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't hear you. No, it's barely you can find someone buy or sell, sorry, beer here in my country, even in hotel. I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
you don't
Yeah,
think so?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. All right. Of course, in many Middle Eastern countries and Islamist countries, there's many countries that don't have beer, or some allow certain places, or some have restrictions. You can bring some with you, some don't allow any. So for anybody traveling, always good idea to find out about these things. Okay,
Yeah.
just saying. Okay. Um, okay. Irene, can you take over?
Let's call the bitter. It's a very typical type of beer from England. As you can guess, it tastes a little bitter and it's usually served at room temperature. It's called an ale in America. That's all. That's a lot of local breweries that make bitter around here. They are very good.
Okay. All right. Irene, what is so okay, this beer is bitter. Well, that's great. Can you explain another food that is bitter in case anyone in class is not familiar with what bitter means? What other food is bitter? What is something else that is bitter?
Medicine?
Medicine. Well, yeah, okay. True. Some medicines are very bitter. That's quite true. Anything else?
Lemons.
Lemons. No. See, that's why I brought this up. Lemons are sour.
Sour lemon.
Yeah, that's right. Citrus fruit
Oh, okay,
sour.
yeah.
Bitter.
Dark chocolate, yeah?
Dark chocolate can be bitter, yes.
Acid.
Acid. Lemons are acid. So what you might think of as acid, we say acidic, the adjective. As a flavor, we describe as sour. Lemons are sour. They're acidic.
Okay.
I guess some bitter things are acidic as well. Garlic, onions, coffee. Coffee is very bitter. Black coffee. If you don't add any sugar, if you don't sweeten it or add any milk, black coffee can be very bitter.
Chicory.
Chicory?
Chicory.
Cigarette?
No, chicory.
Chicory?
Wait a moment. I'm
Is it
going to write.
CH? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
CH.
Yeah. Chicory.
Ri.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, I get. Well, yeah.
Chicory.
Chicory. Yeah, in English it's a CH sound. Chicory, like chocolate. Chicory.
Like chocolate. Okay, now. Chicory.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
It is very extremely bitter. Right. Chicory, they add it to coffee, right?
Coffee? No, it's very strange.
No.
Yes.
Sometimes they blend some chicory with coffee.
Yes. I know this when when we were in war, it's possible to make coffee with chicory. But,
When we were in war, only? Okay. No, I think some companies still do it, so they can like, I don't know, thin out the coffee, or they can make it cheaper. I think it still happens, or at least in the United States.
I didn't know. Yes.
Yeah. You know, Americans, they drink that terrible coffee. You know, not like good coffee in Italy or Turkey and Greece, or Spain even. You can get some really good coffee, but America, forget it.
Yes. Also
Kind of ironic.
in Colombia, it's very strong coffee. There is a very strong.
Yeah.
Colombia. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, if you ever had Vietnamese coffee, is very interesting as well. Kind of totally different kind of flavor. If you ever have a chance, you should try Vietnamese coffee. It's strong, but it's weird. I mean, Not weird, bad, but weird, definitely different. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. What are we doing? We're talking about coffee, and then we're supposed to be talking about beer. Irene,
Yes.
Irene, okay, there's a lot of local breweries. What on earth is a brewery?
Brewery is a manufacturing place for making beer.
Yes, it is. Very well put. Good job. Okay. Manufacturing place, a place to make beer. Excellent. Okay. Who's next? Paul. Paul, could you take over?
Okay, but there are other types of beer as well. A beer that has a golden color is called a lager. It's what most people think of when they hear the word beer. British lager isn't very good, so I'd recommend that you order foreign lager from Germany or Holland, like Heineken. Okay, okay.
Sorry.
You can also have a stout, which is a black beer. The most famous make of stout is Guinness, but I also have very good stout from a local brewery called Sutton Black.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Paul. Have you ever experienced either of these beverages? Have you ever had a lager?
Actually, no, I've never drank beer in my whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Have you never had alcohol, wine, or
Yeah. Yeah, I'm abstaining, actually.
abstaining? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Have you ever had a non-alcoholic beer?
No.
Okay. Well, if you can try that sometime. They do have beer that they can brew with that has no alcohol in it.
Oh, that's
If you're
interesting.
if you're ever curious about what it tastes like. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Lager. Okay. This says it all. A golden color. Okay. By the way, color here. This is British spelling. Color.
British spelling, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. But I'm sure you've heard, even if you are abstaining, I'm sure you've heard of Heineken.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Guinness.
There are all sorts of advertising on TV
Yeah, of course.
about those companies. Of course, I've heard about them.
Well, hang on. Wait a second. There's advertising on TV for...
Yeah. Maybe not now, but some time ago there were a lot of adverts about beer. But not now. You're right.
Okay. Interesting. Well, it's interesting. Different countries have different rules about advertising for beer and alcohol. For example, in the United States, you can advertise beer on TV, and you can advertise wine on TV, but you cannot advertise any other spirits, like whiskey or tequila or vodka or anything like that. It seems kind of strange, but in any case, such is the case.
Because they are very alcoholic?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh.
What's the difference? I never really did understand that. I guess so. I guess that's it. But I never really did understand that one, to tell you the truth. And when you're, okay, well, actually, maybe we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it with the next person a little bit. Zinyo, are you really here? Zinyo, are you connected? You're here.
I'm still hearing.
You're still here. Well, that is terrific.
What's your question? Please ask me.
My question is, would you mind reading this next part for us?
1. There's somebody drinking a beer that looks white. Is it a fruit beer? Continue.
Fruit beer? What? A fruit beer? Is there any such thing as a fruit beer? Zinyo?
I have drunk some kind of fruit beer.
Really?
Yes, but it's very expensive.
Really? Fruit beer? No, really? Did it have just some fruit flavor in it?
Some special flavor in it.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Okay. Just so I know, I'm very curious, how is the beer in China? What is beer like? Is
It
it good? They have many delicious beers, or is it terrible, or what? Give me the truth.
and it depends on how much you pay for beer.
Okay.
You and if you want to drink some good quality beer, you should pay more money for it.
Okay. All right. Are there a lot of imported beers, or mostly domestic? Okay, talking about beer, you have domestic. That means it comes from your country, or imported. So, are there a lot of
Mm.
domestic, or are there a lot of imported beers in China?
Mm. Eh, There are a lot of domestic beer, but
Okay.
in some hotels, in some five-star hotels,
Hmm.
there are a lot of mm, export beer.
Imported beer.
Mm.
Okay. What's the most famous
There are
Chinese?
a lot of imported beer.
Okay.
What?
What's the most famous Chinese beer that I should know?
Mm. I and I know the Chinese name, but I find it's difficult for me to translate into English. Eh,
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I think I've seen Chinese beers before, like imports. I
mm.
believe I have, but I don't know. I need some help to help me remember. I was hoping you could help. Uh,
青岛 beer.
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like XINDA, like that, something like that.
Mm,
Yeah, I've
mhm.
seen that before. Okay, I think I've tried it once, once and never again.
How do you feel about that beer?
What's that? Sorry.
Mhm. What's the flavor of that beer?
Of what beer?
Uh,
Lager? Lager?
flavor, flavor,
Flavor of what?
beer.
Beer? Beer? Just beer? I really can't explain it. You should just run right out and have one right now.
Eh,
Go have one, and you will know. Uh, and as I suggested to Paul, if you don't drink, have a non-alcoholic beer. Give it a try. See if you like it. Vincenzo, can you read the next part, please?
Peter, no, it isn't fruit beer. It's another type of beer called a wheat beer. Most beer is made from the cereal barley, but that's made from wheat. That's why it has a white color. It's a typical type of beer from Germany. You can also have a cider. It's not a beer, but it's an alcoholic beverage made from apples.
Very good. And of course, there's also non-alcoholic cider. Perfectly good for the kiddies. Vincenzo, have you ever had cider?
No, never.
Really?
Uh, see, it's in a, no, I've
It's
never drank, never drank a beer like this. Uh,
okay. Okay.
I,
Well, cider. We just
yeah.
call it cider. It's normally not non-alcoholic. Most people drink cider non-alcoholic, but then if we call it hard cider, that means it's turned. Basically, Do not mince words. Basically, the cider has begun to go bad, and the yeast, which naturally forms in the cider, begins to produce alcohol. So it's basically slightly spoiled cider becomes hard cider. So there you go, hard cider. Actually, yeah, I remember when we were kids, we would we would steal cider and then just hide it out in the woods for 2 months. We'd go get it, and it would be hard cider. Woo, party! Anyway, it does it naturally. You don't have to do anything. There's no process at all. Cider is basically just the juice from apples that's totally unrefined. Really delicious, actually. It's brown color. I love cider.
But there is nothing to do with beer. It's just or no.
No,
it's
not
like
really.
a juice. It's like juice.
It's like a juice. You're right. It is.
Yeah.
But beer is like juice from cereal. Now this mentions wheat beer. Yeah.
Leticia, I want to know, to ask you a question. But what about the gas that there is in the beer? There is a lot of gas, but it's not very strange. Is it not very strange, this?
Right, you're absolutely correct. Well, that's a great question. When a liquid ferments, obviously, now I don't know why this is. Okay, how come beer has this gas, right?
Yeah.
I think I know. It's because when the beer is cooking, I can say that it's cooking. Yeah.
Yes.
The corn is like processes, and the CO2 gas, is produced, and it just fills the whole liquid, and that's why beer is like bubbly and sparkly. Actually, I think.
Okay, so it has to do with the processing.
The process, all with the process. So it is nothing that they are adding to the.
No. It's not a pop, not a soda. It's like it naturally happens with beer.
Naturally happens. Now there are some beers like Guinness. Yeah. Well, no, Guinness has some bubbles, but not nearly as much.
What kind? Which kind?
Well, I'm trying to think. There are some dark beers, some of the really dark ones, like black ones, that basically don't really have any bubbles, or very few.
Good. I have to try it.
Yeah. It's similar to stouts, in other words.
Yeah.
There's a few stouts that, even Guinness doesn't really have many bubbles in it. It does, but it doesn't. Guinness is weird. If you pour it wrong, it has a huge amount of bubbles. But if you pour it correctly, it seems to have no bubbles. You can't taste. You don't feel the bubbles when you're drinking it. I don't know why that is.
Yes, because I think that the gas is not good for your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the beer is good, but gas is not good.
Okay. Well, fair enough. All right. Okay. Let's see. Anna, back to you. Can you read this next part? All of this next part. Yeah.
Thank you. Juan, I think I'll have a wheat beer. Peter, I'll have one too. So what size do you want? Do you want a pint? Juan, a pint is about half a liter.
Okay. A pint. So in Spain, do they sell beers in pint glasses? Is that normal?
Yes, there is a different type of size of beer that, in my opinion, are similar to in English.
Okay. All right. Right. Tell me a little bit, Anna, tell me a little bit about the laws about beer. Do they advertise beer on television in Spain?
Well, I suppose there is advertising of this kind of alcoholic drink, but I think not is very common. I
Really?
think actually is I don't watch so much television. It's true.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I normally see on television advertising of, for example, tonic water, Coca-Cola, and so on.
Okay. In the United States, if every time you turn on the television, there's a beer commercial on. So if you watch 5 minutes of television a year, you've watched 3 minutes of beer commercials, guaranteed.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly, but I suppose there are advertisement of this kind of beverage.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's move on. Mustafa's gone. Irene, can you read the next part, please?
It's a little bit more. If you don't want to drink so much, you could have an half pint, or we could order a pitcher, which is a glass container that holds about 2 pints, and then we can share it and pour it ourselves into 2 small glasses.
Okay. What's going on here, Irene, with this phrase, the first phrase, half pint here? What is going on? Why on earth do we have an in front of half pint? Is
Uh,
that right? Can that possibly be correct?
It looks like a mistake to me.
It looks like a mistake to Paul. It looks like a mistake to
Yes,
Oli.
yes.
Vincenzo's on
Yes.
board. All right. It certainly does look like a mistake. And I would agree with you, all of you guys, because I'm an American, and of course I'm going to pronounce the H a half pint.
Yeah, it's pronounced.
Sound. It's not silent, in other words.
Yes.
But you know, have you ever heard a British person say, "An half pint, mate? I'd like an half pint. Pour me an half pint, bartender." Right.
Like a Cockney, yeah.
Cockney accent or an Australian, an Aussie accent, they do not pronounce the H, actually. So there you go. So I guess Peter is either Cockney or Australian. In which case, I guess that it is correct. But I'm with you guys. I think that doesn't belong there, really. Okay. Irene,
yes,
do restaurants... Where are you from, Irene?
I'm from Taiwan.
Taiwan? Okay.
Yes.
Irene, do restaurants serve pitchers of liquid in restaurants? Not maybe beer, but also maybe like iced tea or lemonade. Will they serve you a pitcher?
Yes, we do.
Yep. You do?
Most of beer.
Mostly beer.
Yeah.
Okay. How about in Taiwan? Do people enjoy beer in Taiwan?
Yes, we do. We have Taiwan beer. I think it's also famous.
Yes, there is. And what is the name, please? On the tip of my tongue, I can't remember it.
Just called the Taiwan beer.
Just called Taiwan beer. That is not
Yes.
what I was thinking of. Okay. Just called Taiwan beer. There's some kind of beer from Taiwan which I definitely had before. I can't remember it. I remember it has like a green bottle. The bottle looks
Yeah,
like
it's
soju.
Taiwan beer.
That's Taiwan beer?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's it then. All right. All right. Kind of looks like soju. Have you ever had soju, Irene? Do you know soju?
Yes, we do have.
You have that there in Taiwan?
Yes.
Okay. What is soju made out of? Do you know? I don't really know, actually. I honestly don't remember.
Rice.
Rice. Oh yeah, that's right. I did know that. Soju. For those of you guys who don't know, soju is, I guess they have it in Taiwan, but my experience is with it in South Korea. It is it's like beer but made out of rice, except that it is really strong. Be careful.
It's not bubble.
It's not bubbly. That's right. You're absolutely right. It is not.
Also famous in Japan. Japan.
Also Japan. Okay. All right. Yep. Thank you. Right. My experience is with in South Korea. It's pretty popular. But yeah, if you guys are gonna drink soju, be careful. That stuff is dangerous, in my opinion. Okay. Thanks, Irene. That was a lovely chat. Okay. Let's continue. Paul, can I get you to continue here?
Okay, hold on. I'll have a pint. Peter, can I have 2 pints of the wheat beer, please? Good.
All right. And, why don't you just finish it off?
No problem, barman. I'm afraid that because the wheat beer is a special beer from Germany, we don't have any wheat beer in barrels here, so there is none of it on draft. But we do have bottled wheat beer, but the bottles are a little less than a pint. They are half a liter. Is that okay? Peter, no problem. 2 bottles is fine.
Okay, there you go. So what is he talking about here when he's talking about draft in barrels?
Okay. I'm not sure, but maybe they don't have like special containers of a wheat beer which they can open and like barrels. I mean, so
Right.
they only have that be in bottles. So they can give the customers only bottled beer, but not like glasses with a beer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Not glasses. Okay. Barrels are also called kegs.
Kegs. Yeah. Exactly.
And they come in different the sizes of kegs. Actually, barrels is like a measurement, like barrels of oil. We talk about, when you see on the news the price for a barrel of Brent crude oil, they actually use as a basis of measurement, a standard measurement. Same thing for kegs. In fact, there's different size kegs. There are a full barrel, a half barrel, and a quarter barrel. But a full barrel you never see. What's that?
Could you write it, please?
Kegs? Yes. Kegs. Yep, it's right over there in the Verbling chat box. If you're looking at the Verbling chat box,
yeah,
I wrote it right over there. Barrels, kegs. Yep. Okay. No problem. Okay, so that's what they're talking about, and generally the bar will have a lever on the top of the bar. You pull the lever and beer comes out. It comes out of the barrel through a hose.
So in this way you can have a glass of beer, no?
That's
only a glass of beer. Yes.
That's it. That's it exactly. And for those of you who do drink beer, it's quite remarkable, but there's always a difference between. You can have the same type of beer in a bottle and one in a glass from draft beer, and they taste different. They are definitely going to taste differently. I don't know why that is really, but most certainly is true. They're just not the same, and that's why some people prefer bottles and some people prefer drafts. In any case. Mm-hmm. Hang on here. Robbie has joined us. Is it Robbie? Hello? Hi, I see you've unmuted yourself. I'd like to say hello, but I cannot hear you, Robbie, unfortunately. So you may have to do some adjustment on your settings, or you might have to leave the class and then come right back again. Sometimes that works, Robbie. Okay, let's try some beer questions. Xingyu, are you there? Xingyu?
Hi, teacher. I'm here.
Hi there, hi there. Okay, first
Hi,
question.
teacher. Kramer.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you read question number
Beer
one?
is
Mhm.
question number one. Beer is often sold in a group of 6 cans or bottles, known as a
Do you know?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
Help me.
Sure.
Help me out.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's see if I can. We use this word. This is the definition right here. A group of 6 cans or bottles. But we also use this as an idiom for somebody who has abdominal muscles or abs, really strong muscles like weightlifters or swimmers or athletes will have a same word. Xingyu, do you know? Anybody?
No.
No.
Yes. I think I know the
Go ahead.
name. 6-pack.
You got it. You are correct. A 6-pack. So a 6-pack. Yep. So 6 cans are tied together with a little plastic thing, so you can just pick up the plastic thing and carry 6 cans. Or bottles have a small, like a half box.
Or paper, no? Or paper, or simple.
Paper, cardboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardboard. Yeah, that's right. Or if you have really strong abdominal muscles, if you do 100 sit-ups every day, you're going to have the ripples on your stomach, your muscles actually form, you can see the 6 abdominal muscles. So they call that a 6-pack as well.
Tortuga.
Yeah. How about you, Vincenzo? You got a 6-pack?
No,
on
I
your stomach?
try to get it, but it's very difficult.
Me neither. I have more like a keg. Not a 6-pack. Okay. Vincenzo, next question.
Yes. Beer is also sold in a box of 24 cans or bottles. This box is called
Do you know?
24 cans of bottles. 24 cans of bottles. I don't know, teacher. It could
Don't know?
be 24 pack. No.
A 24-pack. No, that's called a case. Case of beer. Case of beer or soda. Same thing. 6-pack of soda and a case of soda as well. Sold the same way in the United States and England anyway. Where I live in the Philippines, it is not sold this way. It is never sold this way, 6-packs or a case. They basically sell one at a time. Or you can buy a 12-pack here. You buy, actually, it's a case. Here, a case is 12. Okay, anyway. Next one. Anna, you should be able to get this one. We talked about this.
Yes. You can also buy a large 15-gallon steel barrel of beer called a keg.
Mm-hmm. Or sometimes a barrel. But yes, very good, a keg. Now, Anna,
Yes.
when I was in high school and in college, it was very common for students to chip in maybe $1 each, and you could buy a keg of beer. If you get 15 people, you could each pay $1, and for $15 you could get 15 gallons, which would mean about a gallon of beer for each person. Plenty of beer. All right. This is very common in the United States. Young people have keg parties. So this is a very common co-location. Do people have keg parties in Spain? You ever heard of such a thing?
No, they normally buy a bottle of 1 liter.
Okay. All right.
And in Spain, it's named botellón, it could be both with beer or other kind of beverage like whiskey or
Okay.
gin and so on.
Right. Okay. Well, so you guys know what's going on in America. They're having lots of keg parties on the weekends, and the young people play lots of drinking games, beer drinking games. That's what they do.
Oh, yes, yes. Teacher,
All right.
but how much is a gallon in a liter?
How much is a
Yes.
gallon? Okay, okay. You're gonna make me calculate, are you? All right, all right. A gallon is 4 quarts. Okay, a quart is compared to a liter. I always mess this up. I believe
250.
a liter. No. A liter is slightly larger than a quart. So a gallon is about. It's more than 3.5 liters, but it's less than 4 liters.
3.5. Okay. Mm.
Yeah. Yes. Believe me, a keg of beer is really heavy.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Okay, Irene, can you take a look at the next one here?
When you buy beer in a store, the sales clerk may ask you for your ID in order to prove that you are old enough, usually 21, to buy it.
Okay. Is that true in Taiwan, Irene? Do you have to be 21?
No, we 18.
18. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And if you go to the store to buy beer, do you have to show an ID normally?
Normally we don't check.
Normally you don't check.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody who's traveling to United States, even you, Vincenzo, if you go to a bar or in a restaurant and you try to order a glass of wine, even though I can quite plainly see your hair is kind of white and I think you're at least 18, guess what? They will probably ask for your identification. I'm not kidding.
Isn't it stupid?
It is
Because
quite
they don't
stupid.
believe. Because
Yeah,
they don't believe that I am I.
Yeah, because you're such a handsome and fit young man, Vincenzo. That's why.
Vincenzo, show your ID. You are very young.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 They
will.
They have a doubt about my age.
But to be, in defense of this silliness, and Paul, I agree, it's kind of stupid. In defense, why they do that is because the penalties for selling beer to someone underage you can go to jail for that. So, as well, if you sell beer to somebody who's underage and they get in an accident, you're in major trouble. They can sue you. They can sue you for $1 million easily. They will get it, and you can bet they will get it for sure. Yeah. So nobody wants to take a chance. They're very cautious. Okay, Paul. Next one.
Okay, a beer bottle has a round piece of metal on the top called a cap, I think.
I think you're right. Just like you wear a hat on your head, a baseball cap. The top of a beer bottle is a cap.
Cap.
If you know how to snap your fingers, like that.
What is it?
I'm snapping my fingers.
Yes,
You know how to snap your fingers? If you know how to do that, you can put a cap, whatever, beer cap or soda cap, in your fingers and snap your fingers, and it will shoot the cap out of your fingers really far and really fast. It's a neat, stupid little trick. You can try. Anyway, okay. Next, Zinio. Next question.
I don't know.
You don't know what? We are We just did this one. A beer bottle has a round piece of metal. So next question here.
Bottle opener.
I'll call it 6. Yeah, that's
Bottle opener.
it. Bottle opener. Well, yeah, that's it.
Corkscrew. Corkscrew.
Corkscrew is for wine. That's the thing that you
yes.
stick on the top of wine and you turn and turn, and it has a spiral that goes into the cork. Right, that's a corkscrew. Right. For a beer, you need a bottle opener. That's it. Or if you're very talented, you can pretty much use any solid object if you're good. Here where I live in the Philippines, they never use bottle openers. They know how to use 2 bottles. They use the leverage from one bottle to open the other bottle. They never use a bottle opener. They always use another bottle to open the bottle.
Another bottle. Oh, very strange.
Yeah. They put it upside down and they use it as leverage to pop open the first bottle.
They use it?
Yeah. It works. I don't know how to. I'm not good at it. I can't do it. I get frustrated. I need a bottle opener, but I'm an American, so it's okay. Okay, Vincenzo, next.
Yes. Some types of beer bottles have a special type of cap called cap, which you can remove with your hand.
Yes, indeed. Any idea? This is very.
It's a plastic. It's a plastic cap, but
no, it isn't. No, you never see a plastic cap with with soda. Yeah, with beer, never. I don't know why. I think maybe plastic. You never see beer in plastic. I think maybe it reacts with the beer or something like that. I think that
it's
they
dangerous.
can't do that.
Do you think it's
Something happens. Yeah, I think. Now this is very specialized language here. This is called a twist-off cap.
Twist-off.
Yeah, so if I hand you a beer and you say, "Where's the opener?" I say, "Oh, you don't need one. It's a twist-off."
How's it made, Susan? How's it made?
How's it made? I don't know.
Yes, I don't understand.
You just turn it. Twist-off means you just turn it. Just like a plastic Coca-Cola, a plastic top, you just twist it, and it screws, unscrews. Same thing, but it's metal.
Do you have to rotate it?
That's it, precisely.
Okay.
To twist means to rotate, exactly.
Okay.
And beer or no beer, to twist is to rotate. And the famous American dance, the twist. If you can do the twist, that's an old dance from the 60s. That's you're rotating your buns there, rotating your legs and rotating your butt around, Vincenzo.
Yes, that's very dangerous for your knees.
Guess so. All right. Yeah, true. Okay, Anna, back to you.
Yes, most beer bottles have long, narrow tops. These are called dropper bottles.
Nope.
Or long neck.
That's it. You got it. Very good.
Ah, okay.
Long necks. Sometimes we say long neck bottles. Sometimes we just say long necks. Usually, I don't really even know why this is true, but in the United States, bars always have long neck bottles. If you buy the bottles of beer in a store, they have we don't even say short necks, but they do have. They don't have long, narrow tops. It has something to do. It's like this. If you buy a beer in a restaurant or bar in the United States, you are not allowed to take that beer with you. You can't leave the building or the premises with that beer. So if you're walking around the streets with a long neck beer, that means you stole it from a bar. So it's quite obvious where you got the beer. You can't really hide it. So there's different bottles for different businesses. It's kind of strange but true.
So this is done. That's done for not stealing beer.
I don't know. I don't know if that was the original purpose, but it certainly works that way. I guess there is a Shortneck. I guess there is Shortneck beers. All right, I didn't know
They
that.
can still steal Shortneck's beer.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's completely obvious if you have long necks that you stole them. You had to have stolen them because it could only come from a restaurant or a pub. They can't and they don't sell them in stores. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, Irene, next one here.
Most of the beer cans have metal tabs on the top, which are pulled up in order to open the can. These tabs are called. I don't know the answer.
That's not the answer. I don't know. They're not called an I don't know the answer.
Pull
Pull tabs. Yeah, it's just called a pull tab. That's it. Some people, Irene, collect pull tabs and they make necklaces. Believe it or not, they make little decorative items. I've seen some jewelry made out of pull tabs. Kind of funny. Hello, Heidi.
Sorry, teacher. Can I have a question?
Yeah, sure.
In these sentences, is possible to use the word pop tops?
Pop top.
Yes, pop tops.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Pop tops. I'm trying to think. I think that's what they name. That's rare. I ever hear that, but I've heard of it before.
Yes. Yes.
I think we refer to the whole can. It's a pop top. Right. Pop tops. Okay, it opens it, but nothing pulls out. Pull tabs, actually, the tab comes off in your hand. You have like a separate piece of metal. Right. Yes. So, in answer to your question, I think the answer is yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Hello. Hi, Heidi. Oh, no microphone. Okay. Well, hi, Heidi. Nice of you to stop by, but I'm afraid we're going to have to go because we are out of time. Sorry, everybody. Couldn't get through our long list of beer vocabulary, but I've got to get going because I've got another class to get to. So, thank you, everybody.